The final episode of the entire Clone Wars series has aired, and I think it was the perfect finale to the season, while also feeling like a perfect segue back into the series of Rebels. Now, fair warning, if you have not seen the final episode of the entire Clone Wars series yet, stop what you're doing, watch it, then come back, because this review will be spoiler heavy and may be full of tears. So just like each previous episode, we're back right into the action of Rex and Ahsoka needing to escape the Star Destroyer. Rather than just aimlessly kill all the clone troopers as they escape, Rex sets his blaster to stun, and Ahsoka does her best at just deflecting blaster fire while pushing clones around using the Force. The whole beginning is definitely this action-packed event, and it's kind of that way throughout the entire episode. The last episode, I was curious how Rex and Ahsoka would make it out, and luckily, their teaming up in this way with the help of some droids ended up being more than enough. Since all of the escape pods are destroyed, the plan is now to take a shuttle to get off the ship, but again, they will still need to get through legions of clone troopers. Rex comments that the boys have been having a rough time with Maul since he's escaped, but Ahsoka tells him she let him escape to create a diversion. It kind of shocks him, but either way, no matter how we slice into the morality of that choice, I think without that decision made, Rex and Ahsoka may have never made it out at all. Now, Maul is back on his rampage, and I thought watching him strangle clones using the Force, accompanied by that haunting synth sound, was amazing. I love seeing Maul dominating clone troopers in this final arc, but ultimately, what Maul does is destroy the hyperdrives, resulting in the Star Destroyer dropping out of hyperspace, which results in the ship falling into the gravitational pull of a nearby moon. Also, I know classic Star Destroyers that we all know and familiar with were influenced by the design of the Venator class, but I loved how the Empire, scenery, the visual aesthetic of all that when Maul was wreaking havoc on the hyperdrives was present. All those pillboxes, the grays, the blacks, the whites, the reds, I really love that aesthetic. It set the tone for the incoming Empire. Now, as the ship is falling apart, Rex and Ahsoka make their way to the hangar bay, but the doors are sealed, so they have no idea what's really going on. Ahsoka tasks her astromechs with figuring out what happened and tells the others to unlock the cargo bay doors. Here, Rex and Ahsoka learn that the hyperdrives were destroyed, and then they also learn about the moon's gravitational field which they are caught in. And when the cargo bay doors do open, they also realize that they are way too close to the planet at this point to do anything other than just escape the ship. All the while, Maul is still searching for his own escape. Now, when the hangar bay doors open on the side of the platform to reveal the shuttle, it also reveals Jesse and his legion of stormtroopers. And just like earlier, Ahsoka is not interested in killing or hurting the clone troopers, even though Rex passionately explains why they need to while crying, which was heartbreaking. Ahsoka explains that it's not their fault, just like it wasn't his to go through with the orders initially. Rex is a good soldier, just like the rest of the other soldiers down there. I thought that was a great sentiment, and interestingly, it's something that I keep reflecting on. Like, Ahsoka was almost more of a Jedi than the Jedi were. There seems to be honestly no other option than to just surrender. However, Ahsoka devises her own plan, making Rex bring her at gunpoint before Jesse and the troopers, saying that Ahsoka technically isn't a Jedi, and that's true. Either way, it's all just a distraction so that C7 can create another diversion, and the diversion is the floors dropping out from underneath a few groups of troopers, and this gives Ahsoka and Rex a better chance at escape. But Maul also arrives at the same time that they head to the shuttle themselves, and Maul unfortunately is the one to gain access to it. Ahsoka was force pushed away before she could gain the upper hand on him. Now, I really like the scene of Ahsoka using the Force to grab Maul's ship. It reminded me a lot of Rey and Kylo fighting over the transport shuttle in The Rise of Skywalker, but Ahsoka realizes that if she doesn't let go, Rex is going to die defending her. So Maul escapes, and then Ahsoka jumps right back into the action. I absolutely love the scene of Ahsoka cutting a circle in the ground with her lightsabers, but using the Force to move them around to do so. And then her and Rex, they both drop down to the next level, only to reveal more clone troopers that are in their way. And after this, all the remaining droids suffer their own Order 66, RIP. Now, the next plan of action is to escape on the one remaining Y-Wing in the entire ship. So Ahsoka does what she can to deflect the never-ending waves of clones, while Rex preps the ship. But once they're in the atmosphere, the front of the destroyer starts to break apart, and then the gravity starts going haywire. As the ship tilts, they all start dropping, and Ahsoka makes a run for it, and she jumps at the ship only to miss and go into a free fall alongside the falling destroyer as Rex tries to save her. This was also reminiscent of Revenge of the Sith to me and Attack of the Clones in a visual sense, but it was a very epic moment to see this falling leviathan of a ship and Ahsoka running alongside broken pieces of the vessel and Rex trying to get his ship close enough to get her to safety. It was amazing. Also, this shot, that's all I have to say. So this episode wraps up in such a somber way, which I think is absolutely perfect. You can't wrap this up happily. We track over the carcass of the fallen Venator to reveal Rex walking back to the Y-Wing with a shovel, and the music is insanely sad and nostalgic-inducing. Rex gazes on as Ahsoka looks at her personal legion of troopers that she got for the Siege of Mandalore, all buried by her and Rex now. It's unbelievably sad to see, and then it goes and pans over to Jesse's helmet. What a gut punch, but a powerful one. Ahsoka stares on at what used to be everything that she once knew: clone troopers and her lightsaber, which was the symbol of the Jedi, and then she lets it drop to the ground. Now, of course, I don't think this represents anything other than just letting go of the life that she used to live in its entirety. Everything is different now. It was a very emotional scene for me to watch, and after this, something incredible happened. I never in 1,000 years thought that this show would actually do this. We jump forward a bit in time to when the Empire is now in operation and Vader's shuttle touches down on the same moon that Ahsoka escaped on, and now it's covered in snow, reminding us of a Hoth vibe. Vader walks by. First, we only get glimpses of him, but finally he was fully revealed, and he stares at the ship. I thought this was such a great treat to see as the final scene of the entire series. Finally, Vader kneels down to find the lightsaber that Ahsoka had left there, and I have to assume he recognizes it, and seeing Vader with the blue blade ignited was a powerful image to me. Combined with what we know about Vader in Ahsoka's next fated meeting, it makes this all much more heartbreaking to watch. So no BS, this was another perfect episode after a series of perfect episodes. Sure, the other arcs in the season weren't as strong, but the Clone Wars ended its run with the best episodes it had ever made, in my opinion. So tell me what you thought of this episode down below. Did the Clone Wars series end the way you hoped it would? Did it hit you the right way? Did you not like it? I'm curious. It really worked for me. And as always, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. May the Force be with you. AT signing off.